of inhaling 2 enemies at once and getting 2 enemies with powers in this game. Start 2 on the mixed roulette. And you can use that to get wheel, which is really fast. Okay, no wheel mix from Thomas. I forgot that he actually doesn't do wheel mix, like, at all in general. Period. End of story. Because same, me too. TBH. Anyway, 1-1 is just pretty much do good movement and you will get through decently fast. As Thomas showed us right there, dodging that fireball. Very good job to get through. Sharky, just playing it safe, grabbing the health there. So Thomas, decently far ahead already. Just by a few seconds. That's not decent at all. What am I saying? For World 1, it's kind of decently far ahead. Whoop. Sharky grabbing cutter there. Typically not a strat, as you saw thomasyim do right there. He grabbed 2 enemies at once, and he spit them out to instantly kill the mini-boss there. Much easier than what Sharky's doing. Much faster as well. And there's a... not very difficult, but he does what he prefers. This is his time to run, his time to shine, his tournament to win. So Thomas right here is grabbing the first movement-based ability, I would call. Ooh, Sharky going in the secret room to grab the 1-up. Thomas grabbing Burning is the first movement-based ability of the run, and pretty much just shoots you really fast horizontally. You slam your face into things. Also, you're on fire, and they die. A Flaming Tackle, just to kill everything in your way, lets you go through decently fast. However, not the fastest horizontal ability. Wheel is much better. But Burning, it's good for now. It's good for this, it's good for 2-1, as you will see in a bit. Good job from Thomas there. Giving the little puff attack to the Kaboo so he does not get hurt. Sharky handling this room. Don't commentators curse this, please, Chooch. Oh, just a bit too far, and he just barely misses that fire breath right there. He's getting through 1-3 in fashion. Thomas finishing up 1-4. And into Wispy. So you can kill Wispy with a lot faster with other abilities, such as Spark, which we've seen before, and Needle, which we also saw in World 1. However, it's really fast to keep burning in 2-1, and it's not fast to have Spark or Needle, which don't give you any sort of movement advantage whatsoever. So we just take a little time loss on Wispy and save a lot more time in 2-1. Ooh, Sharky taking a death there in the tree right there. I think it's funny how you like climb up the inside of a tree right here, as it looks like, or implied and whatnot, and then you fight a tree on the outside. What if we just went inside Wispy? Wouldn't that be weird? So we're going to see another instance of using the double star to kill a mini-boss for Thomas. Sharky also grabbing Needle partway through that. I missed where he picked that up. Oh, he died in the upward section of that tower. Thomas going to show us why Wheel is so fast. This next room pretty much meant to do Wheel. There's a bunch of Wheel enemies there. There's a Wheel mini-boss before. The game developers are giving you really subtle hints that, hey, maybe you should use Wheel on this level. Sharky shredding Wispy Woods right there, and you saw how much faster that was than Thomas's kill. But you're going to see how much time he loses on 2-1. See, so instead of having 2 burnings to go through all of that, he's kind of just running and does not get the nice little bonus of intangibility with most of Burning's attack. The end of it is not intangible, and that's really where you can get hurt. Thomas doing a great job to avoid those blippers. Holy moly, he got around those with inches to spare. Not even. Centimeters for the European audience at 912 EDT. Mingli. So Thomas is in the first Meta Knights fight. They all spawn in a predetermined order. Like, so when you kill one, this next one will always spawn. So we kill them in what we figured out to be the fastest order. Sharky having a little bit of trouble with that door. If you've seen actually some of the inner workings of the game, you will know that the door is actually only 1 tile. The top half of the door does not count. It's just the bottom square of it that actually has the door property or hitbox, or you can only press up on that 1 tile. Thomas grabbing Spark, as I said earlier, Spark, Needle, shred bosses, that goes for mini bosses too, and we're going to see a clock go up in flames, just like that. Easy peasy. Sliding off ledges is marginally faster than walking off of them, so that's why you saw Thomas going into a little— oh no, he's hit by the Sparky there. If you get hit by like Sparkies or any fire attacks or any ice attacks, those are just some stupidly long animations that we really hate to get in speedruns. Because you're just sitting there for maybe 2 to 3 seconds, just like, no, and you're slowly bouncing backwards, and you can't do anything about it. Sharky with the double squat taunt right there. Been playing too much Smash Ultimate online. And again, back to wheel. The fastest horizontal ability in the game. Again, I do specify horizontal abilities because we are going to see a lot of high jump in the next world. Sharky killing all of the blippers as it seems, as it stands right now. Could have made it past that other one. Oh, there is high jump right here. Yeah, so it's a lot slower to kill all of them. You immediately start going like downward when you do your little water attack. Slow. It's slow. Sharky running on water. You don't need wheel. You don't really need wheel for this next fight. You might see him drop it coming into this. Oh, face bonking the wall. Unfortunate. So Thomas with high jump here to kill Paint Roller. Oh, just barely 1 health left. High jump is very strong in that it does a lot of damage. And it actually has 2 attack parts to it. Like, there's the initial attack, which is the jump. And if you press B again to cancel it while you're in midair, it puts out another hitbox that does a very small amount of damage, but you will see that become very important in Krakow, the 6-hit top-level staple. Ooh, Thomas almost having a very good TikTok fight right there. Oh no, and he gets bopped again. Sharky grabbing that health. Good idea. Good idea. So yeah, high jump is our vertical movement ability. It sends you up very fast, and in a level called Butter Building, in which pretty much you climb to the top, it is quintessential. And guys, do not forget to follow the runners or the commentators. Type !R in chat for the runners and !C for the commentators. That goes for any speed gaming race that you may see on any of our 6 channels, Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6. Sharky grabbing fire to deal with the clock here. And Thomas going for the traditional sword Bugsy. On average faster than high jump Bugsy, but fastest time ever I think has been with high jump Bugsy. Yeah. Sharky killing everything in sight with that mic attack. Ooh, Thomas. A very good Bugsy fight there, not taking any damage. Not getting grabbed or thrown or yeeted across the stage. The big joke with Bugsy is, if you're familiar with Smash Bros. And copy pastas, you might know the copy pasta about the guy who drove all the way down to a tournament and got eliminated by a Sheik who all the Sheik did was down throw tech chase. Bugsy has something that very much similar to a down throw, and very much tech chases you. Thomas not going for the tower swag, unfortunate, a dying art. Only the Michelangelos of our time still do the tower swag. It's free. Ooh, Sharky unfortunately killing all of the wheelies right there. However, he can respawn them. And there he is. There's his wheel. Oh. Get over it. Hopefully he goes the top route. Yep, that's the correct one. So there are a few different ways to try and handle this Meta Knight arena in 3-4 that Thomas is going through. Arguably one of the hardest levels in the game, just because of the super odd platform layout. Like, not much of it makes sense. Nothing is linear, symmetrical, anything that lends itself to good speedrunning. It's not even like focused on one side, it's just like this weird odd unevenness to the whole thing. Very smart right there by Sharky to inhale the Poppy Bro Jr. standing on top of the Maximum Tomato. So if you kill the Poppy Bro Jr., like if you attack them, then their whatever they're standing on breaks first, and then they just bounce down and they just jump around. However, if you inhale them, you inhale the Poppy Bro, and then whatever's on the ground gets left over. And on the case that they're walking on Maximum Tomatoes, the Maximum Tomato gets left over. Let's see how Sharky deals with Paint Roller here. Oh no, Thomas getting blown the heck up by that crash bomber. That's the Mega Man thing, right? I don't know. I don't know the proper name for those guys. But they can be annoying in some places in this game. And again, you take fire damage, you bounce around a lot. It's ugly. So Thomas in one of the very few dark rooms of the game, those little halo dudes that you see right there with the sunglasses on, they gave you the ability Light, which lights up the dark rooms in the game. They don't do any damage to the enemies, they kind of just let you see everything a little bit better, even though like the platforms are still decently visible. It lets you see a door in one of the secret levels if you like to one of the switches in the game that you need for 100%, but if you know where it is, it's completely unnecessary. I mean, I guess that's the case with speedrunning for the most part. If you know where it is, it's unnecessary. Like, oh, look at the secret. Like, yeah, we've been new. Thomas struggling a little bit on that Sun-Moon fight, but finishing it up in the end. Without losing too much of his time, or his dignity might have taken a larger hit than that. Let's see how Sharky handles 3-2. Will he get a good Bugsy, or will he drive down to Butter Building? Interesting going all the way to the right there. It's much faster to just go up the ladder right there, even with high jump. And he doesn't have high jump anymore. So we will see how that handles. And he smartly grabs that Maximum Tomato again. Thomas going for the wheel mix in World 4. One of the newer strategies developed. It saves some time. Not a ton. But still, some time. And what else can you ask for? It's Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. You always look for time save. We got our best scientists on the job. Ooh, just barely missing that little perch right there that you're supposed to land on with wheel. Unfortunately, this hit might make Wheel not worth it for Thomas. But, I don't know, let's see if he can keep pulling it back. Ooh, very good turn right there. Good job avoiding those Poppy Bro Juniors. Sharky getting shellapped by that sword enemy. He's going to want to respawn that, I believe. Ooh, grabs Wheel. Again, another little part there. Implied it was meant for Wheel. Oh, and he misses the maximum tomato. But he goes for the 1-up, and he misses the 1-up. Let's see how he handles Bugsy with 1 HP and Wheel. Quite an interesting combo right there. Some may say he's setting himself up for disaster, but right now he looks like he's Oh no! That's a big fat throw from Bugsy right there. Now he has to do Bugsy powerless. Unfortunate again. So Sharky just gonna have to wait for Bugsy to spit out those ladybugs at him. It's gonna be a little bit. Let's turn our attention to Thomas, who just dealt with the blimp level with that very cool wind effect. The wind effect, the horizontal wind effect like that, is the only level in the game that has that, which is an interesting design choice. However, you have to criticize the design choice then of Kirby's Adventure, which was the NES game that this was based off of. Less of a remaster and more of a reimagining of the game, with a much better physics engine, much more balanced abilities, and overall better gameplay experience in my opinion. Oh yeah, no lag. Ooh, Sharky accidentally inhaling both the star and the enemy, and getting the sword. When you inhale both an enemy— oh no, he does it again! Oh no, he missed it. Oh no, he died. Oh, tragic. Oh, the humanity. When you inhale both a star and an enemy, you will always get the ability of the star that was originally dropped. So, you have to be careful in some situations, especially in 7-2 Fire Lion. You will see that later. Thomas using Throw, one of the, I'd say more odd parts of the speedrun, because it's not a movement-based ability, and you can only get it from bid bosses. So we will see why it is useful. Another little candy segment here from Thomas, just running through everything invincibly, I guess. So Throw pretty much makes grabbed enemies act as if they are a double star, so they do a lot more damage and they go through other enemies, which is very useful characteristic for that one Meta Knight's fight, just because of how some enemies spawn. He did miss one hit, that is probably where Throw is the most useful, but he still managed to survive very well, barely lost any time from it. Sharky struggling on the difficult Meta Knight fight, as I said earlier. Oh, those frogs are very annoying. Thomasyim getting bopped by them. Doesn't matter, they lose his ability, because sword is what you're meant to pick up here to kill the clock boss again. Sharky being really careful, grabbing the 1-up, weaving in and out. Oh, just past that Gordo, getting the maximum tomato, and just getting on out of there. Killing another Halo dude. Thomasyim right there. We don't know if he'll be able to kill Halo dude in the tournament, the number 2 seed. Oh, getting bopped! Absolutely bopped by that Rocky right there. Here we have high jump again, and high jump with its 2 hitboxes I was saying earlier is quite important, because in this boss fight right here with Krako, you need to do 6 normal hits to get him down to very low health, but if you're able to get all 6 cancel hits on him as well, then all of his health is done. You'll see Krako take 2 hits. Oh, he just missed that one right there. So he will still have some health left. See? Just like that, because he missed those hits. The initial jump does a lot more damage. Sharky, health and 1-up again. A classic combo, as old as time. thomasyim launching into World 5. Sharky trudging through level 3, butter building. Hesitating a little before heading on to 3-6. And he continues. 5-1 is probably one of the freest levels in the entire game. There's really not much to it. Sharky taking hammer to 3-6, I believe this is. Not much reason to keep it. 5-2 is always an interesting level. Especially if you have low health, because there's a lot of stuff you have to deal with here that is not typically present. 5-2 is probably one of the most unique level designs out of the entire game. And here we see Ball. So, give me a second to talk about Ball. Let me tell you about Ball. So Ball essentially does a ton of damage with every single hit, like, we're talking massive amounts of damage here. It shreds bosses better than Spark, better than NIDL. And, like, look, oh, he's 2-hitting bonkers right there. That was 2-hitting bonkers. No other ability can do that in the game. Ridiculously strong, ridiculously hard to control. Not many people use it in their first playthrough because they don't realize how good it is, and it's just kind of like much harder to use than something. It's really unwieldy. Unlike Sword. Sword's easy to use, does a lot of damage, like why not use that? Okay, so Sharky's on the Sun and Moon fight right now. Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright, if you want to get technical about it, but no politics allowed in the stream. However, the big argument with Kirby is, with running Nightmare and Dreamland at least, is, do you guess Sun and Moon? If so, which one do you guess? Most people guess, right? Because we like fun, and we're not boring people like MK Cocoon. However, there are some boring people in the community like MK Cocoon who does not guess, and he says, oh, it's just faster, like, on average if you don't guess. But no, I will always guess Moon in, like, every single one of my runs. There was one time I considered a run, I was just like, huh, what if I stayed in the middle? And I'm like, I'm actually pretty sure he's going to go Sun this time. He very much did go Sun that time, but I still guessed Moon, because Moon Crew never dies. Moon Crew is a sacred pact by a bunch of people who guess Moon. And it pretty much says, hey, guess Moon. Sun Crew, I think, is much smaller than Moon Crew. Some people have reasons for choosing Sun or Moon. Ball Swag is free. thomasyim will show you that Ball Swag is free. Ball Swag, really hard strats to go through this one room right here. But if you can get it, it's pretty sweet, and he got it right there. That little charge-up bounce is we call Rock's Ball, named after the most inconsistent top-level player ever to exist in pretty much any game. But he's ours. We love him. We love Rocks. Thomas going for Chooch Ball. Yes, he is. Oh, he tried to extend it too far. That is not part of my routine, Thomas. It's not how it works. Sharky is going for some kinky underneath the moat thing. I've never seen that done before. That was really creative, and like, I don't... Wow. I've never seen anyone go under the castle like that. That was quite unique. I don't know what Thomas just did right there. He might have killed the fire lion, because you really want to have burning for this section. And Thomas very much does not have burning for this section. So somewhere along the way, something went bad. Something went wrong. Sharky just fat Kirbying it to the end of the stage. Not taking Sparky there, which is typically much faster to kill these bosses with. Thomas getting wheel, going all the way to the end of the level. Again, another level purposely designed for wheel. Very explicitly designed for wheel. They give you more than enough opportunities to grab a wheel. Sharky getting out of the Poppy Rose Jump, and he's just going to take a crash. You know what? Screw it. Thomas getting... Oh no, he goes for ball mix. Okay, he just mixed ball right there. Typically, you'd go back in there and mix hammer, which is an insta-mix. If you just swallow them and hold A, you get the second ability on the wheel, which is when you inhale wheel first, the second ability on the wheel will always be hammer. However, when wheel... Oh, what is Sharky doing? He's just trying to blow up. I was trying to make like a really bad WH pun right there, but yeah. Oh, Sharky dying on the blimp. Unfortunate. So World 6 is arguably like one of the harder worlds for newer players. But if you figured it out, it's pretty good. It's hard if you go for the wheel strats, because of course we found a way to make it wheel. Thomas Yim is more like Thomas Dead 99 right now. Sharky dipping deep below those I don't know, whatever. Oh no, Sharky, that was the door that you're supposed to go, and you didn't have to go all that way over. Sharky, no, you missed the door. No, Sharky, wrong door. Someone tell Sharky. Okay, he figured it out. Yeah, there we go, Sharky. 5-2. We're going to see Tornado here. You typically see it earlier when people don't go for a wheel mix in World 4. However, we're probably going to see it now. Good finesse by thomasyim right there to bounce right on top of that broom hatter. And again, he did it again. Thomasyim grabbing that tornado. Tornado similar to burning, in which it gives you a long period of invulnerability, and you are very much vulnerable afterwards in that little falling state. But the main game of World 6 is don't lose Tornado. You want to keep it for like the entire time. Like there's no backup here. Sharky balling out on all these enemies. Whatever. He's okay. He's getting through. He's getting through. Bonkers takes 8 hits with Tornado to kill. Braver souls like Thomas or Shasta might go for 5 hits then 3 hits, just like that. Typically you'll see a 4 and 4. But optimally you want to use 2 tornado attacks to kill him. Sharky taking wheel into this fan fight. I looked at Thomas's screen and did not pay attention to what he was doing. This is really interesting, but if this works, I will be amazed. Wow, what a dodge. He actually did it. He's keeping wheel. Actual crazy man. I love it. What a mad lad. 10 out of 10. I've never seen anything like that. So, congratulations to Sharky for doing something absolutely nutty, and I love it. Thomas, it's the Nut Shack. This room is just nuts. Thomas, it's the Nut Shack again. This time, horizontal Nut Shack, electric boogaloo. Wow, Sharky, trying to get sword for this Meta Knight's fight. Interesting choice there. Typical backup, just go powerless, because you can just inhale to them. They always die from that. Sometimes they take 2 hits depending on what ability, but Sharky is determined. He gets that sword. Yeah, and he gets just absolutely slapped, and he loses his sword. Can't say I didn't see that one coming. So those, like, trident throwing enemies are really good at predicting where you're going to be. Like, it actually makes a guess based on your velocity, like, the vector of direction of it as well. So those guys can snipe you. Oh, Sharky accidentally dying there. Not too big of a loss there. Very beginning of a room. Not a big problem. Thomas absolutely finessing this World 6. I've not been giving him too much time, unfortunately, but he's just doing so well right now in this World 6. Everything is going to plan. Again, we're going to use a double star because it comes into a double boss, mini-boss fight. Double mini-bosses have less health than single mini-bosses, so stars still kill them. Wait, do they have less health? I don't know, but as you go through the game, the mini-bosses get more health. The bottom line is that the double star kills them. You just need one of them to, like, poop out an ice block and shoot it at you. You just time your star drop, get that double star, and absolutely slam both of them. Again, arguably one of the hardest rooms in the game for thomasyim. Another Meta Knight's fight, but this time it's ice physics. This time you're inhaling stuff. This time the platforms are super jank in positioning. He gets through it with little incident, however he does get hit by that lightning attack. Gets put into that stupid animation. And we have Meta Knight. Meta Knight is notable for being the origin of Chooch 2 Choochers, which is a very important emote in— Wow, that was Chooch 2 Choochers Meta Knight right there. Unbelievable. Meta Knight can jump, Meta Knight can block, Meta Knight can attack you, but Thomas getting absolutely perfect RNG on that one. I don't think I've ever seen a fight like that before, honestly. Sharky with a good standard TikTok fight right there. So Thomas, upcoming on this block room right here, which he's known to be very good at. It's fast to just jump and swing your sword there. He's going to grab the health because the infamous, the hated, the omnipresent 7-2 looming over him in the next level. You want to have health for that if you mess up, because if you don't, nothing can save you. We're going to use ball again. We're going to try and use ball again. Thomas is going to kill himself so he can use ball again. Another first frame mix that we're talking about here, another instant mix, if you will. Inhaling the rock enemy first gives you ball in your second slot, so you can instant mix that. 7-2, notorious run killer. However, with good execution, it cannot be that bad. But we're going to turn our full attention to him right now. Also, that death making that little health grab that Thomas had kind of irrelevant, little time loss. Oh, almost a textbook bonkers right there. Unfortunately, just lands on his hammer instead of the actual monkey that wields the hammer. Monkey's hit. Oh, he gets grabbed by Fan. Oh no. Fan and Bugsy grab you. They're also the hardest mini bosses in this, just because stuff like this happens. Fan is quite wild. Bugsy a little less so, but still ridiculously annoying. And now you can see why you actually need health going into these fights. A textbook Bugsy right there from Thomas. Luckily he did not get the backwalk, and he capitalized on it perfectly. And a very nice fire line as well. So actually, if he had only 4 health from that earlier thing, he would have died to fire corpse right there. Because if you hit the mini-boss's dead body, then it still does damage to you. And yeah, they give you a nice 1-up at the end of that level. It's really, really convenient. Also, I've got no idea where Thomas's burning went. I looked down for a second to check my phone, and he kind of just dipped with that. Unless he's trying to do a mix. I don't know what he's mixing for. He's... Alright, another ball mix. We'll take it. Can't say I know what's going on right here. Yeah, okay, that was smart from Thomas. So yeah, you typically have burning for this segment, which makes it a lot faster and a lot easier. You're just gonna have to like casual run through it. Snail runs live, if you will. Sharky with the sword, don't know if he's gonna grab that ball. And no, he swings with intent to kill. Murder on his mind. Oh, he's got the spark there. And he kills the sword enemy with it, which is not a bad decision. Thomas looks like he's eyeing up a 41 or a 42 right now, if I can judge his pace. Oh, he's going for a mix? He's going for the UFO mix, and he gets ball again. Thomas and ball is kind of like the positive and negative of a magnet. That's just how science works. Like, they're just attracted to each other. Fundamental part of the Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland engine to be like, oh, hey, Thomas is playing right now. You're gonna want to, like... Even if he hits it on time, you're just gonna have to give him ball. If you get UFO, you can do a quick little sequence break in this room. Do a charge shot, like, that goes through walls and break that bomb block right there, and just go right up without having to go down the right side. It's quite interesting, really. Sharky grabbing hammer after that bonkers fight. So, Thomas is going to take Spark into this grand wheelie fight. Spark more consistent than using Crash here. While Crash does a ton of damage, it actually does not do enough to kill the wheelie in one hit, and then you have to wait for him to like shoot out a little wheelie. He doesn't do attacks in a set order, so there have been some very infamously long cases. Top runner Mr. Shasta has gotten, I believe, 17 attacks in a row without getting a mini wheelie to shoot back at him, and that took maybe 20-something seconds off his time. So, King Wheelie ain't no joke. Wheel, good as usual for 7-6. Very few levels it's not good for. This being one of the many that it is good at. Because look at this, it's just like a bunch of long, straight, flat, open floors. I mean, there is a little difficult part in the cloud room. 2 after where Thomas is now. Sharky, unfortunately, dying right there. I'm guessing he held wheel for too long and did not unwheel, a technical term, early enough. Unwheeling being what you can guess to be. Oh, Thomas losing that wheel right there. Wheel does not make you invulnerable from spikes or fire in this game. So, yeah, he's gonna have to deal with that. Sharky with no extra lives, jumping down the spike room, taking 3 hits. Thomas might soft reset here. He might go for the switch if he really wants to swag. This mix right here, Thomas is going to go for is not an instant mix. It's actually the frame after that, so it's not completely free. However, it is ridiculously easy. Yeah, Thomas, go for that switch, boy. You know what's up. I mean, that was a legitimate reason to go for that switch, because you had 1 health left and the switches restore all your health. However, one time, Halo Dude styled on me in last year's tournament race, and he got the switch even though he didn't need to on me, just because he was beating me by that much. And I'm not even that bad. Halo Dude is just that good that he can do something like that. Thomas getting hit by DDD. You want DDD to just stand there and inhale. That's the easiest way to kill him. DDD jumping again. Oop, getting the float. Hopefully he can capitalize on this. Yes, he does. thomasyim with a 40-44 last hit on DDD. We can expect to see a mid to high 42 from him on this pace right now. We have the aptly named Orb fight right here. It's called Orb because the boss is an orb, and you fight him, and you're in outer space, slowly descending. But the bottom line is that it's called Orb. Oh, Sharky not going for the faster little secret exit right there. Yeah, that is a secret exit, and it is a little bit faster. However, this is the quote-unquote intended way that Sharky's going right now. So the Orb does the same pattern of attacks in a row, as does Nightmare, the final boss of the game. Which doesn't make him one of the more exciting final bosses in the game. Like, you think about exciting Kirby final bosses, you're like, dude, Marks? Like, that's insane. Like, what were they thinking when they just made, like, this giant psycho clown that wants to destroy the universe? But this one is just kind of like, you guys should have bad dreams, and I'm a space wizard. With bling. Like, look at that. He has no right being that fresh. So basically, Nightmare exposes himself to you, and you need to hit the static underneath his robes to do damage to him. Otherwise, your attacks will just bounce right off of him. Hopefully that won't happen to Thomas. Very unfortunate. But you just have those little windows to attack. So the spinning jump that Kirby does actually does damage as well. But it just does significantly less than the star shooting attack. Whoa, Thomas with a 42-35. In line with my prediction of a mid-42. However, that's ridiculous. Oh, Sharky killing that fire line right there. GG's to Thomas. Putting up a formidable time. Congratulations to Thomas. He might come in here for a little post-race interview. He is in the setup channel right now. And here he is, the man himself, Thomas.
Yes.
Good job on your race.
Honestly, I'm definitely not too happy about this one, Kappa.
Yeah, well,
I just try to earn some sweat point. I don't watch Sharky song very much, you know the huge skill gap because of that. But yeah, I watched that one moment. It goes for the 4-4 switch, the 4-3 switch. So yeah, let's be fair play and goes for the 7-6 one. Kappa.
Yeah. I mean, that was actually technically like a reasonable strategy as well, because you did get the ball mix, but you were at 1 health, and the switches do restore your health. So, good job, but fair play to you on that anyway.
Of course, but yeah, but just go for either one of the maximum tomato is definitely faster.
Yeah.
For you guys don't know, in the last year too, one of the ways I also did the same thing, 7-6 switch. Man. And what else to say? Yeah, get the 4-1 mix. Cool.
So, any other comments on your run that you have?
Well, level 3 is definitely the worst. Oh my gosh! And what happened to my Go games today? Oh. Never been so bad at good games like that.
Yeah.
Already a minute behind after level 4, so yeah, the rest of the way is just sweat point. And glad I get a good ball mode fight. I don't know the cocoon setup, I made up my own and that's pretty decent. Lost only less than a second to cocoon's BTT.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I don't know if that's
That's
my
really good.
best ball mode anyway. I don't have many ball mode attempts in once. Yeah.
I mean, oh, what happened at the end of 7-2? It looks like you lost burning somehow.
Yes, do some excessive jumping and then I just get too close to the circle and get hits.
Ah. You stupid corpse.
Alright, so yeah. Let's closing it by just give some good luck. So say some good luck to the Sharky and just like your sprints. Let's hope he can get a massive personal best.
Yes, just like the trailer implies.
Yeah. And Cocoon's sprint song is epic, and for those who don't know, it's definitely for churches. Yours truthfully, the commentator's son,
Yeah.
not Cocoon's.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, wow.
Thomas, the
So
chat
now
was
it's
gonna ask,
so
that Meta Knight
So-
fight that you had?
Wow, that should be one of the best Meta Knight fight in my ones.
That was one of the best, like,
That's my
overall,
goal
like,
for
maybe
some
ever.
individual level practice. You know, my practice tactic is just set up the mid-game sprint, just finishing level 3 to 5, and then another one is late game, and level 6 to 7. Yeah, my goal sprint is from one of the individual level practice, and this one is so good. I guess I never had an actual one. Well, I guess I get like low blocks on champ.
So great racing from you tonight, Thomas. Thank you for putting on a show for us all.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there will be hopefully more exciting race coming. And I can hopefully, yeah, of course I can do better than this one. Yep. And yeah, as I said, I'm gonna get breakfast now. Goodbye.
Oh, right, yeah. It's Thomas's breakfast time. Scheduling with him tends to be a conflict, as most of the people in this tournament are American. However, Thomas is Hong Kong. So, 12-hour difference from EDT, which means that most of his races occur around 8 or 9 p.m. EDT, but that's breakfast time for him. So it looks like Sharky's using Burning right now for this boss, for Bonkers. Burning is actually like another higher level strat. Obviously it's not happening. He's going the wrong way. I forgot that that little window was a door. Both of these windows are doors, in fact. Thank you for the update. Chat is letting me know that Sharky is about 49 minutes into his race right now. Oh, unfortunately, dying at the end of the room right before the goal. The goal door right there from Sharky. He looks like he's just gonna tank his way to the end of this room. Off of the ship and into the palm trees. Again, my favorite room of the game, coming up for the, well, second time each, which makes it the third and fourth. I can't say it till he's in the room, that would be sacrilege. And he's kind of just going down the right chute now. Oh, and he wants those 1-ups. Cannot pass through many platforms in this game. Especially not that one. That's just such a confusing room that I'm personally too embarrassed to admit that I never figured out. Oh, whoops, did I just say that out loud? But he gets the switch. No, he doesn't get the switch. He does not go for the extra health. But does he go for this extra health? Yes, he does. Yes, he indeed does. And Sharky's in the Nut Shack. It's the Nut Shack. It's the Nut Shack. I think I started saying that sometime during last tournament, and it kind of just stuck. But hey, I love it. It's my thing. It's my mark on the community. Sharky into 6-5. Yeah, so those Frosties right there just look like they held up their arms and nothing happened. That's just a visual glitch that happens when you're not streaming your game feed at the same FPS of the game itself. Oh, unfortunate death right there from Sharky. With like some apples falling on his head, Isaac Newton style. Although that didn't actually happen, as history nerds will tell you. And I guess physics nerds by extension. Or anyone who cares, really. So you're seeing why it's so important to have a movement ability for rooms like this in World 6. Like, if you had Tornado or Wheelie, you could just be zipping along, no worries, to the end of the room. And a nice soft reset there into the next level, having no ability, recognizing to do that. Soft resetting essentially just, as if you turn the game off and on, you just go back in, full health, 2 lives, feeling fresh, ready to go. So, since Sharky doesn't have an ability right now, he's going to hope that both Mr. Frosties drop an ice block. Because then you can get a... Oh, figuring it out to... Oh, come on, Sharky. Yes, there we go. Oh, he went the top route. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. So the bottom route has you fight those two Frosties, while the top route has you fight these Poppy Bros. And it gives you this invincibility candy room to go through. However, it is faster to go the bottom route. That's just how it is. It's just shorter. Let's see if he can get out of this alive. Dealing with the ice physics, as everyone else has too. And he escapes alive, and he gets that 3. So essentially with goal games, you want to get as low as possible. That allows you to save the most time, because you have to go all the way up and then come down, etc., etc. Sharky with another good Meta Knight fight. Both runners just got extremely lucky with their Meta Knight fights. He may or may not be harder in the NES version for all I know, but both runners extremely lucky today with their runs. Sharky with some sweet pause buffering, going for Spark, which was actually the old strat here. Because you can just hold Spark and slide along the floor, just like that right there. So if you can build up a little bit of momentum and then just go and slide through. So it's not bad for starter strats. And Sharky is not going for ball here for 7-2. And he's not going for sword 7-2 either, it seems. Interesting, interesting. Let's see how he handles this. Hopefully not getting hit too much. Oh, and looks like he soft reset. And he somehow gets that star. Good on him. Another Bonker star. Oh, unfortunate miss. Good jump by Bonkers there. Terrific dodge. He's taking Hammer. Not a bad decision for someone without a power in this. Oh, and he just gets the instant roll from Fan. And he just spits his hammer back out at him. Oh, so those apples are the only thing that Fan gives you to, like, attack him. Oh, yeah, and we hate Fan. Like, Fan is very much disliked around these places. The anti-Fan code. Ah! Yeet. The absolute yeet from Fan. So he's just gonna have to... no! Bad apple! And there's another apple. Oh, he gets grabbed and another throw. Like, there's no, like, accuracy or Kobe element to Fan's throw. It's just a yeet. Sometimes he charges it up, and that's, like, a much more yeet than his, like, typical... And when he just... Oh, what is with these... Like, he's just reading what Sharky's doing. Yeah, it's a soft reset from Sharky. He had 0 health right there. He knew he was going to game over. Just save a little time while he's at it. Good on him. Maybe this time he will think to keep Hammer and see how that pans out with Fan. Good use of both stars there from Sharky. Yep, and there's another Hammer. Let's see if he can take this. Oh yeah, if you'll notice that the runners both went in like that top secret entrance, definitely much faster than the alternative down. I think you have to fight one fewer boss. Gets past Fan and the down throw from Bugsy. So that one we all hate. Kind of humiliating to happen to you. Very slow as well. Seen by all, liked by none. Pretty much the bottom line with that. Yeah, I believe it's 3 fewer bosses. Which, 4 to 7, massive difference. Massive difference there. And just waiting for some more little buggies from... Oh, and that is enough. Backdrop you can only get from Bugsy, in the same way that you can only get throw from Fan. Backdrop kind of sucks as an ability. Oh, getting star blocked right there. Fireline, not that hard. Well, I just commentators cursed it. As long as you float on the top, you can avoid everything, and Fireline cannot touch you. You just drop down, get the stars, spit it back out to his face. Fireline is just a big cat who wants to play. No! Poor Sharky. Yeah, sure. Fireline with this much health, no problem. It's just annoying to be stuck in 7-2 for such a long time. It's not good for the mind, not good for the soul. And he does not grab the burning right there. He grabs all the 1-ups though. Cool. Another update, chat is telling me that Sharky's at about 1 hour and 3 minutes right now. Possibly on track to beat his 1 hour and 25-minute time from before. And there is a sword. Sword not as fast to get through these ice rooms. Oh, he gets tracked down by those Bronto Burts. Like homing missiles on a squishy pink body. Oop, slipping into that little gap right there. Sharky making it through. Just to the end of the goal game. 7-4. He is in the home stretch. Just standing there inhaling against the wall, not enough to get the ball enemies. He grabs that throw right there. Not doing to do too much else. Kind of just similar to inhale, but you can angle it. New and improved inhale. The Bronto Birds, similar story. Just yeeting them through the walls. If it works, it works. Everything in the room is gone. I mean, that's not a bad outcome if you're Kirby. And he somehow meant that, I don't know, he just managed to kill both those enemies. No complaints, no complaints. Not grabbing the Sparky there. Just tanking the hit through the Gordo. No problem. No ability, no problem. Oh, and a death right there from Sharky. Unfortunate, untimely. And just going up, the Gordo Cellar on the left, dropping down on the right, not breaking any bomb block. No nonsense. Except for the one mandatory one, of course, because then the game would be really hard to beat in that case. So let me use some of this time to talk to you guys about meme categories. There are some decent meme categories in this game, some unofficial speedrunning, like non-leaderboard things, such as floatless, where you cannot use a float in the entire game. I believe powerless is not on the leaderboards as well. Wait, let me double check that. No, powerless is on the leaderboards, if the world record from Music-Will, another top runner here, second place by Dark Soul. There's some other stupid things, like we occasionally, well, I don't think occasionally, I think it was just one time we raced World 2%. It's not actually 2%, you just race to World 2, like to the end of World 2, and then you put percent at the end of it because it's a speedrun. There is drove down to butter building percent, where you have to, timer starts when you enter 3-2, timing ends when Bugsy grabs you and down throws you, but it can't be any other attack, it actually has to be down throw, or else the run doesn't end there. Sharky getting out of a sticky situation, hopefully I didn't commentators curse that one, but he, you know, I'm just gonna shut up until he gets through this room. Whoa, that just dropped out of nowhere! Where did he come from? I mean, he didn't get hit by it, but that was, like, coming straight out of orbit right at Sharky. Oh, unfortunate bird death right there from Sharky. I know the Bronto bird, pink ones with wings have names, but I don't know the name of those bird enemies that just literally are very much simple birds. Kirby has names for all the enemies. So it's a bit late, but here's a quick outline on how the tournament is being run. there are 5 different groups of 6 players, and for each win, it's not a typical win-loss system, however, it is done by points. So, if you win, you automatically get, I believe... Ooh, wait. 79 points, and the loser gets 1, or is it... I think it's 89 points, and then the loser gets 1. And for every 15 seconds that the winner beats the loser by, then the winner... It's hard to explain in words, dude. MK Cocoon has it written down in the bracket rules manifesto, whatever you want to call it. Ooh, Sharky right above the death border there. Escaping by the skin of Kirby's pink spherical. He doesn't have teeth. Falling short right here with the analogy. Will he go for the mix? No, he might go back just right to 7-4. Oh, parasoled. Just like Skullgirls right there. You don't want to get hit by Parasol. Because then it's just over for you. Yep, and he goes back to 7-4 to grab the ball, which is conveniently at the beginning. When the ball gets inhaled, he actually does like the capital D, capital X face, like that. It's like Link's Awakening DX. Oh, Sharky almost having a very good DDD there. He just stays in front of DDD while he inhales. Because inhale does not care about your ball, I believe. Whoo! Oh no! He dies to the star from the DDD jump. Yeah, and he'll go back into 7-4, grab ball, try it again. Yeah, for some reason you can inhale ball, like even when it's right back behind your head. It's interesting. We'll call it interesting. Hey, that's fine. He got about half health on DDD. DDD has a ton of health, and you don't really think about it just because, like, oh, it's only a few ball hits. Like, if you see how much damage ball does, oh, he can get that star. Is that kill? That does not yet kill. This next one, this next jump. Oh no, and he misses it. You know, he could definitely get it. One more hit. One more hit. There we go. Sharky done with DDD. Can I get a time check from chat? Again, orb. We got orb. So you actually can't, like, you can hold down Star Rod to shoot, but if you mash, it is a lot faster. But holding it saves your thumbs. But mashing is faster, so we mash. Like, very reasonable people, haha, yes. We value our, video game internet clout times over our, like, carpal tunnel syndrome possibility. So, that's a risk that we take in this community. Thank you, at 113 in. Hopefully eyeing up a 114 or 115 time, depending on how this I almost called it Meta Knight. Nightmare. They both have night in the name. Oh, just barely misses the little static under, beneath his little cloak. Can he? Yeah, that's one hit. Let's go, boys. You can just yeet stars off him for fun, like when he's not doing anything. Doesn't save any time, doesn't lose any time. So it's more of a stylistic thing. So he's gonna Nightmare attacks in the same order every time, and because of that, he like just loops around again. It's again, it's slower if you miss any hits, but there we go. Sharky finishes up. GG to Sharky. Good run. I'm assuming that's around a 1:15:48. Thank you. Made work. 1:15, I believe, is a personal best for Sharky. Good game to both runners! !R in chat. To follow the runners, !C in chat for me. Unfortunately, !C does not stand for chooch. It stands for commentary. So you'll get any commentator if you do !C during a non-chooch commentated race. So fair play from both runners today. I will be taking my leave as I need to go to... hey Sharky.
Yeah.
Congrats on the PB today.
Yeah, now it's pretty good. Haven't played too much since the last tournament, so
Yeah. Oh well, it happens.
yeah, it was fun at least.
Well, thank you for the race tonight. It's been great fun commentating. What did you find most fun about the race, or what'd you like about your run? What'd you dislike about it?
Well, a few dumb deaths, but that tends to happen here and there, so. But throughout, I felt like, okay, I'm getting better at this, so just gotta improve on stuff. So that's my main focus right now.
Yep, improvement mindset's exactly what we're looking for from this tournament. We're looking to just, develop more runners to run in a fun community, in a fun game. So, if you'd like to make any shout-outs or anything, you can. I just kind of need to go right after this.
All right, well, thanks, for the commentary and, SpeedGaming for the restream, so. And of course, to the Kirby community for doing this tournament.
Yes, MK Cocoon, the main organizer of it, has done a very good job. He's worked very hard on it. So, I will see you all later. Good night, and please enjoy the rest of what SpeedGaming has to offer. I believe there's ALTTP Rando on SpeedGaming 2, if I'm correct. And I believe that's just it for the night. So thank you very much, and have a good one.